Blake Lively has responded to Justin Baldoni's 179-page, $400 million lawsuit, and her response has only made me want to support Justin even louder. Him defending himself just proves he's the abuser. She doesn't address any of the actual valid things that Justin points out in his lawsuit and instead just goes on the attack. She's taking a playbook from the Amber Heard tactics playbook, sadly.
Yeah.
She's so confident. Exactly. I think that's so telling how confident she is to just say, I have no qualms lying to the director, taking control of their movie, pulling the rug from them.
This is the kind of scandal that tears Hollywood's polished facade to pieces. Allegedly, Ben Affleck has come out with a jaw-dropping confession about why he had to cheat with none other than Blake Lively. Yes, America's golden sweetheart, caught up in a whirling rumor storm. Can you believe it? We're talking the possibility of blatant betrayal, secret rendezvous, and an all-out Hollywood meltdown that not even the slickest PR team could contain.
Okay, Ryan, we're starting to see you for who you are. What happened? They said Ryan Reynolds comes to set. This is the backstory. Reviews the dailies, reviews the script, and then he goes into his trailer. Don't gag order or sue me, Ryan Reynolds. I don't want to be involved in your drama. I'm just telling my audience what I was told. He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. All of the production assistants overheard the argument, but we can assume it had something to do with what he saw in these dailies, what he read in the script. Who even knows? From that day forward, he started involving himself, that he basically became a chaperone for her on set. He was there every day, involved in the projects, wanting to rewrite lines, and suddenly Ryan Reynolds was trying to wrangle this project from Justin Baldoni.
And let's be real, folks. This is the kind of outrageous spectacle that has everyone asking, did Ben finally unmask his own manipulative ways? So, here we are, diving headfirst into the swirling chatter that set the entertainment world on fire. Allegedly, Ben Affleck, once revered as a down-to-earth superstar, has been implicated in a scandal with Blake Lively. Now, if you're wondering why that name combination shakes people up, let's break it down. Blake has long been seen as the luminous face of Hollywood wholesomeness, while Ben has battled his share of controversies, from personal struggles to messy public breakups. But this rumor, it takes the drama to a whole new level.
Justin says that Blake was determined to make him the real-life villain in her story because she wasn't doing well on the promo tour for the movie. It was very tone-deaf. Her hair care line wasn't doing well. She was trying to sell booze while talking about domestic violence. Justin says the war between himself and Blake really started in May 2023 when they started shooting the movie. He claims that she was organizing a takeover strategy.
Allegedly, this wasn't some minor slip or fleeting moment of weakness. It's been whispered that Ben's entire motivation was twisted from the start. Some claim he craved more than just a quiet fling. He sought a reinvention of his public image at any cost, no matter who got hurt in the process. And that's where the real mayhem begins. The idea that behind the smiles and high-profile red carpets, there's a network of cover-ups, frantic calls to hush the stories, and half-truth confessions floating around.
You want to move out of the friend zone and into her end zone. Pay her a compliment, like nice cooking or...
Everyone gains 10 points next to her.
I'd have with you.
What the
Play a little under-the-table footsie that'll have her saying, is that a giant, old, soft, decaying banana in your pants?
That's what she'll say? I gotta say, that's just a little hard to unpack.
So's my wang. It's a skin slinky, Colin.
I'm sorry, you got...
Why on earth would a massive A-lister risk it all to be with someone else, especially someone as beloved as Blake Lively? Allegedly, the reasoning boils down to a bruised ego. Rumor has it, Ben felt overshadowed by certain elements of his personal life, cornered by the pressure to appear squeaky clean. Maybe he wanted a different kind of spark. Maybe he felt stifled by unrelenting media scrutiny. We're not dealing with hard facts here, just swirling speculation. But in Tinseltown, speculation can feel more real than the truth, and fans are reeling at the possibility that a man who once projected an image of fatherly devotion and sincerity might have orchestrated all of this behind closed doors. Was it a cry for help, or was it a calculated move to chase a new thrill? Allegedly, there are even whispers that some insiders saw signs of trouble long ago, eyewitnesses who knew Affleck wasn't as content as he let on. The big question is this all just an ugly rumor, or is there some kernel of truth? Locked away in hush-hush confessions? And guess what? There's more to this scandal than just the motive. When you're dealing with a rumor of this magnitude, an A-list celebrity allegedly pulling stunts behind the scenes, everybody in Hollywood seems to have an opinion. Some so-called friends might be whispering to the tabloids, dropping cryptic hints on social media, or distancing themselves from the actor altogether. Others might be doubling down, insisting the story can't possibly be true. But hush-hush private dinners between top-tier celebrities? Allegedly, they've happened. Angry calls in the dead of night? Some claim they've heard about those too. Frenemies become key players when drama ignites. It's that age-old story. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And if the rumor mill is to be believed, a few in Affleck's circle apparently hinted they saw cracks in the perfect facade from the start. Yet, nobody dared to speak up. The tension only escalates when you factor in that Blake Lively is more than just a movie star. She's woven into the Hollywood tapestry through well-documented friendships and a fan following that defends her fiercely. Was she fully aware of what she was allegedly stepping into? Did those around her warn her? Or was she blindsided by Ben's alleged smooth-talking ways? We may never have the full truth, but one thing is certain, this fallout is no small matter. But trust me, the real shocker arrives when we look at Blake's side of the story. Now, let's flip the lens onto Blake Lively, publicly adored, always. Picture perfect on talk shows, red carpets, and social media. She's the shimmering, charismatic darling who sells us an image of grace and genuineness. Allegedly, though, the rumor mill claims a different story is swirling around her inner circle. To be crystal clear, we're not saying any of this is confirmed. These are allegations piled on top of rumors, all painting Lively as either an unassuming victim or a willing participant. Nobody can quite decide which angle to believe. Yet, fans are convinced she's been thrown under the bus by someone with shady motives. Others say she's got her own hush-hush secrets. Can you imagine the whiplash for her fans? One moment, she's the star of fan-favorite movies and glam events. The next, she's apparently linked to some behind-the-scenes scandal with Ben Affleck. Did she know about everything from the start? Or did she get lured in by illusions of romance and excitement? That's where the speculation gets wild. It doesn't stop there either. You can't talk about a scandal of this scale without dragging a handful of other names into the mix. Allegedly, Jennifer Garner was outraged when she first caught wind of these swirling stories, possibly feeling heartbreak and betrayal if any part of them were true. Meanwhile, Jennifer Lopez, another massive part of Affleck's past, has apparently distanced herself from the entire fiasco, focusing on her own empire of music, fashion, and unstoppable star power. And let's not forget the ripple effect for Blake Lively's associates. Ryan Reynolds is her husband, so obviously the rumor mill is churning with conspiracies about how he might have reacted behind closed doors. Did old friend groups break apart over this alleged drama? Did hush-hush phone calls between Blake and certain co-stars reveal cracks in her seemingly bright world? We're dealing with Hollywood, folks, so never doubt how fast rumors grow. Then you've got the BFFs, the managers, the stylists, everyone in the background who's forced to choose sides when a scandal this big hits. Some insiders say they've got receipts proving these claims aren't just tall tales. Others vehemently deny everything, calling it the product of bored gossip hounds. Either way, the show is far from over. Let's get back to Ben, because if these rumors have any merit, he's the real puppet master here. Over the years, Affleck's public image has been a mixed bag. Beloved actor turned top-notch director, overshadowed by personal demons and public stumbles. But this new alleged chapter paints him as a man cornered by his own impulses, possibly orchestrating secret meetups and elaborate cover stories. One version of the rumor claims that he laid it all out to Blake with mesmerizing flattery, calling her the ultimate muse, allegedly feeding her lines about how she deserved better in the cutthroat world of showbiz. Another angle suggests that this entire fiasco was his twisted method of coping with deep-seated insecurities, like a sabotage spree disguised as romance. In many of these stories, the theme is consistent: a confident manipulator undone by his own arrogance. He thought he could juggle the public persona, the quiet family life, and the simmering fling, all without consequence. But as the rumor mill goes, he overestimated himself big time. Alleged leaked messages, suspicious phone logs, and contradictory statements, none of which have been officially confirmed, are said to be out there, pointing to manipulations that go beyond a typical Hollywood fling. And guess what? It only gets worse from here. If there's one thing you can bet on with a scandal of this scale, it's that the confrontation is going to be messy. Think furious showdowns, passive-aggressive jabs in interviews, or worse, complete stonewalling. Allegedly, people behind closed doors have threatened to spill the entire story, claiming they're sick of Hollywood royalty getting away with their stunts. Insiders gossip about meltdown moments, heated phone calls at 2 in the morning, cryptic text messages laced with angry outbursts. There's talk of hush money, brand endorsements at risk, and frantic managers doing damage control while everything spirals. It's like a roller coaster of emotional implosion, and it's got the whole industry on alert. The comedic element, if you can call it that, lies in how unbelievably complicated these stories are. We find ourselves asking, are we in some overblown soap opera? Because from the outside looking in, this fiasco feels like it's begging for a streaming series. Yet the real tragedy, if it's true, centers on everyone's trust being shattered beyond repair. But hold on, we're not done until we talk about the aftermath. So, where do we land at the end of this wild ride? After exploring the rumor that allegedly ties Ben Affleck and Blake Lively together in a tangled web of drama and betrayal, it's clear the story is anything but simple. We've heard claims of manipulative tactics, hush-hush meetings, meltdown moments, and even the possibility of unspoken heartbreak. Blake Lively is left trying to preserve the grace she's cultivated in the public eye, yet these rumors swirl, threatening to crack her perfect exterior. Ben Affleck, meanwhile, stands accused by the rumor mill of orchestrating a drama-laced affair for reasons we can only speculate about: a bruised ego, thirst for a new thrill, or just pure recklessness. Now, no matter how you look at it, this alleged bombshell has left fans in a frenzy. Some have chosen sides, others are waiting for that decisive piece of proof. As the story goes, more so-called evidence might be on the brink of leaking. New statements, suspicious recordings, even cryptic social media posts. Will we see the end of this scandal anytime soon, or will it drag on, overshadowing both Affleck and Lively's reputations? Only time will tell. But one thing's certain, if these allegations hold any truth, then everything we thought we knew about Ben Affleck's squeaky clean redemption arc just got blown to bits. And Blake Lively might find herself grappling with a reputation she never asked to ruin, or maybe never intended to ruin. It's a classic Hollywood fiasco: star power, alleged betrayal, and secrets so big they could topple an empire. So keep your eyes peeled. Because if a new wave of revelations crash onto the scene, you'd better believe it's going to send shockwaves through Hollywood once again. Until then, this so-called cheating scandal remains a captivating puzzle of allegations and denials, one that might never fully be explained, yet always remains at the center of our messy, gossip-hungry imaginations.